So today, before we got started, I had asked my husband to start a fire because I wanted to bring tobacco to pray for the spirits that were here, as well as making an announcement, like a petition to those spirits that we're only here to do something good and we wish them, well. Where we are is we're located on the land of the Saginaw Chippewa Indian tribe. They were also comprised of 3 different bands, the Black River, Swan Creek, and the Saginaw bands of Ojibwe Indians. And the land is significant to them because this is the original people that lived in the area. So right here is the Mount Pleasant Indian Industrial Boarding School. This is where my maternal grandfather had came to school. The buildings behind me, where this one in particular was actually the classrooms where all the students would attend. I don't know his exact story, but I do know that there was trauma here, that he endured verbal and physical abuse from the people that overseen him. The only way you could get something is if you gave something. And that was, unfortunately, in some cases, some of the students, it was their own bodies. So molestation, the abuse, the physical abuse, the emotional abuse. I think more than anything, it was a lot of emotional abuse that you still see today. You still see it within different families. Now I know where it started, and now it's time for me to get back to who they were before the boarding school. And that's the purpose of me learning more about who I am, learning about my family, decompartmentalizing everything that was pushed on us, the traumas, the negatives, and reinforce more positive and being a positive role model for my children to live a different legacy. And that's the reason why I brought everyone here today, because that trauma had created so much within me from my family. And I always wanted to go to U of M because as a young child, I was introduced to U of M because of Native students that attended there. And I thought, wow, this is an amazing school. I want to come here, look at all these Native kids that are coming here. They're accepting of them. And that's what I needed. I needed a place of acceptance. I needed a place of not only just, you have good grades, you can come here, you have a BSW, but someone who accepted me. And I felt accepted at U of M, even before I actually enrolled. At the University of Michigan, the professors have been really great. Just getting to know them one-on-one, they've been very personable. I think that's so important. Just within this past 2 years, I have lost several people in my family. I was also diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And just sharing that, trying to figure out my place in all of this, on top of grieving, they've been very helpful with understanding that we're all still human too. The experience itself with U of M and the professors and the whole faculty have been great. They've been wonderful. So it's beyond more than what I had expected. So I decided to come to U of M to get my master's in social work. Having an MSW from a prestigious school meant so much to me, and what I plan to do with it is to go back into tribal communities, is to go back and utilize what I've learned and implement it. Not only just what the academic part of it is, what I've learned, but also what I've learned traditionally through my teachings and through ceremonies, and combining them and using a holistic approach, of course, on top of what I've learned through the University of Michigan.